I don't know whether that makes it anything with single origin or not, but it's very consistent.
Okay. Anyway,
No, but
we are
it's like you mix like
officially live now.
it's like you mix
Hello, world.
essential
Yeah.
with what do you call it, with Nescafe, then it's not single origin anymore, right?
And
So
even
obviously
like
obviously the taste would be different.
right, and even like Essential and Nescafe are not single origin by themselves, right? Because
No,
they're
but
just
we're
mixing
talking like
wherever the beans are sheep.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Hello, world.
Hello.
Thanks for
Welcome.
joining us 5 minutes early.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Evening Drama.
Yes.
I am your
Which has
host.
turned into a BuzzFeed episode.
BuzzFeed episode. Oh, have you heard of the? I think the podcast is called Today by the New York Times.
Mm-hmm.
Have you listened to
What
that
is it about?
podcast? Basically just news topics that may or may not be relevant in like the current time, and just like a short summary and breakdown of like that topic and like
Mm-hmm.
how things resolved or how it affected the world and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know.
the guy has a pretty interesting way of talking. The host, he's like,
You mean like the way he talks?
yeah, the
Literally,
way he
or...
talks. He's like,
Whoa.
good morning, welcome to another episode of Today. I am your host.
Is that Ira Glass voice?
Yeah, similar to that. I was thinking like I should try do a voice for a podcast, but I can't be bothered.
He seems so tedious though. I mean, if you don't do it naturally.
Yeah, I mean, I assume he speaks like that normally. Oh, well, I guess he's also paid to do this, so maybe that's why. Right.
I feel like it works better when you have that professional mic to make you sound like that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was thinking about voices the other day because I've been reading this book called Bad Blood, which is about the founder of Theranos. It's a very big like diagnostic company that turns out to be a sham, and this is led by the CEO lady who kind of like tries to act like Steve Jobs in a really weird way by wearing a black turtleneck all the time, and like allegedly she would also lower her voice to sound more authoritative because like it's hard to be a woman CEO. And I was thinking, oh, I should do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it seemed very contrived. But I was thinking about podcast voice as well. Like it's like, how can I improve the tone of my talking voice? I don't know why I suddenly became higher as a
yeah, I mean,
yeah. Because there's also
I don't
this,
know. I guess it depends on the image you're trying to create.
Right, but there's also this American Life woman podcaster voice.
Yeah.
The deeper, like like producer. Producer of Serial.
Serial's really good though.
Yeah. I want her voice.
I mean, it is a show.
I just sound like the evil mother in like Ariel now.
Yeah, like it is a show, so like people act on shows, right?
Do you think that's not her real voice?
I mean,
I've heard her in another interview, and she sounds like that.
Yeah.
Or the people who have that radio voice go into radio.
That is true too.
And they're now like schmoes like us, just like show up. Like we should be on.
We're taking away jobs.
Exactly.
One day.
Yeah.
One day we'll be famous enough to like host shows for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until then.
But yeah, let's ask Fabian more questions.
How are you, Fabian?
Wait.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Did you listen to the last podcast stream where we admired how you looked at the baby singing when he was a child?
Yeah, you gotta watch the previous episode.
Yes.
Sigib has you
I
to
think
thank.
that's how we can get people to watch this, is we would just be like, did you know we talked about you in the last episode?
Oh yeah. You gotta tune in to find out.
Exactly.
So
who knows? Maybe you'll be brought up next in an anecdote you don't even remember.
who
Or you
can we talk about
you
this
can save
episode?
it at the end, right? Like tune in next week to see who we talk about.
Yeah, exactly. then we're turning into like the gossip shows, like The View.
No, we're just catching up with like old high school friends.
Yeah.
That's true. Why not? Or is it the soup with Joel McHale or something? That's the level of content.
Well, he's still at work. He's on his break.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it a bit late to be
Yeah,
working
that's
right
late.
now?
That's
Sorry.
discriminatory question for shift workers.
Is it?
I don't know.
He should have watched it, but he was running a D&D game. You know, that's more important.
Yeah, that's right. Doesn't it get like kind of scary? Like you have to work so late in a hospital.
Yeah, I've seen enough horror games.
It's funny you say games, not like movies.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
haven't seen many horror movies, but I've seen a lot of videos
Right,
of people playing horror games. You know, not so
Yeah.
scary. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fun to watch other people get scared.
yeah.
Not be the one being scared.
That's how PewDiePie made a
Oh.
fortune.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
We were just too slow.
We were. He was
Who
like,
knew? Appealing to children was the way to go.
Remember last time we went to James's house and then we watched him play Fatal Frame?
yeah,
Yeah, that was way before PewDiePie.
yeah, but you know,
So
we
like
didn't have
we
technology.
we unknowingly saw the future, but we didn't capitalize on it.
Yeah, yeah. Fatal Frame is scary to me,
Yeah, it is a scary game.
especially if you're trying to get the ghost right when they're like super close.
Yeah,
And then he had like a cinema room, so it's like a massive projector, and then like he turned off all the lights, so it's like extra creepy.
Oh, well, so you guys were all like sitting there going, "Ah, you should turn
Yeah.
right, turn right." Backseat players.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, I always thought it was kind of also interesting how the main character is like this little Japanese girl who's so brave to take pictures of ghosts, yet the players themselves are so freaked out.
yeah. Well, I
Because she
mean,
doesn't know fear. Right? We know.
Oh, is that
fear.
what the story is?
No,
I have no
as in,
idea.
like she's a character. She doesn't.
I think
know
it was in
fear.
Japanese, right? We didn't even have English.
No, I think his one was English one.
I can't remember. So long ago.
Mm.
Speaking of James, what happened to James?
He got
Oh.
married, right?
Yeah, well, he moved to Australia and then lost touch. That could have been
You
used.
only
Singapore.
ever,
Oh.
you only ever saw him when he was single.
That is true. Like
in
a
between
bunch
breakups,
of
in
people.
between breakups, he'd be like lonely. Pause.
Yeah.
It's not a diss at him, though. I'm just saying.
No. We're no dissing on this podcast. We're just here to speak.
Yes. No. But if we are dissing, then it would definitely draw more people to watch.
Yeah, well, we should insult
Yeah,
everyone.
but no, we're too good. We're too good. Yeah.
If they get
Anyway.
offended, it's their fault.
yeah.
I think that's what most of the insulting shows think.
Yeah.
I'm gaslighting.
So funny. Since when this gaslighting became such a common term? Because I feel like there was a world where there was no gaslighting, and suddenly everyone's using that word.
I mean,
No,
it was
I mean,
around.
The
just
action has always been around.
people
just
didn't have the
people
word
now
for
it.
refined
Really?
it.
I think so.
Yeah, we haven't called it anything. We just called
Yeah.
it lying. But now we have
I
a
don't
very
know what a-
specific form of lying.
Origin of gaslight.
Like, what would you call it? Like, if I did that and you didn't know the term gaslighting?
I'll be like, I feel bad, but I don't know why. That's what I would call
No,
it.
I mean, like, what would you say to me? You know, like, stop gaslighting me. You know.
Oh wow, it came from a film named Gaslight,
Maybe. Oh.
about a woman whose husband slowly manipulates her into believing that she is going insane. More, you know.
Well, he would just say, "Why stop lying?" I think that I wouldn't know specifically that you're manipulating me into thinking I'm going insane.
Yeah.
Stop
But,
making
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's become quite a common word.
True. Became
Well, I'm
popular
about to
because
open
of the
something
whole
that
movement
Malaysia people don't
against
have.
female abuse. Yeah, probably. Well, there's a band I
It's a
like.
dish one.
They call it the Gaslight Anthem.
It's an emo band,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay, we
Okay.
can move on to our first topic.
Yeah, my
Back to the
coffee
gym.
is done. Yes.
You've been going?
Yeah. So I've been kind of holding off until I test COVID negative,
Mm-hmm.
and then my gym is kind of reset up in a slightly different way now. Like there's a very low limit of people can be at the gym at the same time.
Yep.
Like 8 people max. But even when I go, it's like 3 other people working out with me max. And everyone
Is it
is
normal
staying
on like
their own.
non-COVID days?
No, normally it's a lot more crowded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think the issue is that even if I do everything right, like there's still an inherent risk of going out, right? And like I'm lucky in that the county I live in is the lowest, I think, in the Bay Area, maybe, of all the counties in terms of cases. So the gyms are not forced to close.
Mhm.
But now it's like the moment it's above a certain number of cases, then they will close again. So I'm just taking advantage of this brief gap before
Yeah.
hell breaks loose. Yeah.
I was
the
listening
thing is, I
to
got-
Joe Rogan, and he was saying it's really bad in California, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But he's also like taking COVID tests whenever he wants, with
Well,
money.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but oh man, but then I almost got like socially I don't know how do you call it, shunned, because I go to the gym because my friend was like, examining, because we're going to hang out on a Sunday in like a socially distanced picnic situation.
Mm-hmm.
But then she was like surveying, or like two of them were surveying what everyone else has been up to in the past month to like assess whether you're a clean person or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the gym was considered very high risk, which is true. It is probably one of the more high risk activities. But then I felt very bad. But the thing is, I feel like now it gave me empathy for why people don't wear masks, because now I'm like, oh, I see, because like a lot of people go overboard and make other people feel shitty. So which makes them want to do the opposite thing. And now I'm like, oh, I get it now, Like, that's how people become not mask wearing and don't care anymore, because it's an emotional issue, not an intellectual issue at all.
I don't know. I mean, like the people who
Fabian-
don't wear
Fabian's
masks.
asking where you based at, Kristen.
I replied.
Fabian's asking where you based at.
Oh, I'm in California, in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Like people who wear masks are like trying to protect the world as well, right? I don't know. It's like not a bad thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. However, the people who don't wear masks see it as you judging them for being a bad person.
Yeah.
They don't view it as you're trying to protect them.
But that's not right.
Which
Like
is,
the right way to look at it. I don't know. Yeah.
Right. And there's this like clip where maybe we can link to it on YouTube about these 2 dudes who are in Huntington Beach, and they kind of act like surfer dudes who don't know what's going on, and they are saying, oh, we're giving away free masks.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, it really got people to show what they're really thinking, because they just thought these dudes are like just like dumb surfer bros.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, no, like, if you wear a mask, you will suffocate and kill yourself, or it will make your COVID even worse. And like all these like bizarre reasoning comes out. Yeah. And or like they're like going, like, stop infringing on my rights or whatever.
Yeah.
So
But I think like
they get really
wearing the
angry.
mask,
Hmm?
But if you wear the mask, you're definitely not suffocating. So I don't know.
Yeah, but even like my mom doesn't want to wear a mask. Like every time when she was going to hospital with my dad, I'd be like, you should wear a mask. But she's like, no, it's so hard to breathe. Because it's like the idea of having anything over your breathing, if you're not used to it, is very hard for some people.
I guess. Apparently,
Yeah.
sunlight kills COVID.
Yeah, so that's why now a lot of restaurants are moving into a patio outdoor situation.
Is it
That's-
it's because of like the UV rays or the heat?
I think it's the UV mostly because
Oh,
it
wait,
has to
there's
be quite
cove
hot
too.
before. And you can buy like UV based sanitation things. Actually, I bought UV lamp, like a light thing. I was gonna install it in a drawer, make my own little like, ghetto phone sanitizing station.
Yeah,
But I haven't gotten around
I
to
see a
it.
lot of people selling like UV phone charging cases.
Yeah, exactly. Which
I mean,
makes
okay,
sense.
even in non like if this COVID wasn't a thing, like I don't think that's a bad idea though.
Yeah,
Like just to like
exactly.
sanitize your
Our
phone,
face is
right?
full of germs.
So
Mhm.
if anything, like this whole COVID thing just made it like you more aware of the germs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And supposedly we're gonna prevent a lot of other like infectious diseases right now because we're all changing our hygiene habits.
That's
So
true.
there are unknown lives saved.
Mm-hmm.
According to the virus doesn't respond well to heat, is what Fabian says.
But
Yeah,
what's the
so
temperature though?
I read that you can kill it at 70 degrees Celsius,
Oh, okay.
but I guess it's way too hot to be out.
Yeah, that's true. 70.
So like I think it's unrealistic to
Nowhere gets that hot, right? Unless you're in the
yeah
desert or something.
nowhere gets that hot. So I don't think it's that
Yeah.
hot, right?
I guess it's
Or
the
maybe it's like
UV.
a-
I mean, it's
You think it's like a sous vide thing? Like if the COVID virus is out there for like,
Sous vide your
at like
COVID.
30, 34 degrees for like 24 hours is the same as cooking it at 70 degrees for like 5 minutes.
yeah. I possibly, yeah. It's the same, a very similar principle that we used in the lab all the time. It's like sometimes if you do an experiment and you're like, oh, I don't want to wait 2 hours, then you do it at lower temp overnight and continue the next day.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of these laziness tricks that we would do
Does it work that way?
for some experiments. Here's your
Okay.
coffee. Yeah.
Where's my coffee?
Oh, well, you didn't get a sense of sponsor, so you get no coffee.
Rip.
But yeah, it works that way. It works that way for sous vide cooking though,
Mm-hmm.
because like what was it? Like to kill the bacteria in like the chicken to make it safe to eat,
Mm-hmm.
it has to like hit a certain temperature or be exposed to lower temperatures for extended periods of time, which is the same.
Hmm.
Oh, speaking of sous vide, so I made Hainan chicken rice
Uh-huh.
this
Oh.
week.
How's it?
Yeah, following Adam Liro's recipe on YouTube. It was okay.
Wait, he did a
That's
sous vide video?
It's not, but I'm realizing that the principle is very similar. And here's where I went wrong. Because the recipe says that you're supposed to put the chicken when it's on the lowest simmer possible, like barely boiling, for 45 minutes in the pot of water that would cover it. I didn't trust that, so I started off with the chicken already in the water, brought the temperature up, and then did 45 minutes. And so, like, it was definitely a little overcooked. So I'm realizing that our Hakka style uncle has already figured out sous vide in ancient times because that's essentially what you're doing. You're doing a low heat for long with the chicken.
But
Hmm.
some of the recipes say like you should just turn off the fire completely.
Yeah, that's like when you're like really like trying to make it like perfect, and then not
But
like
I never get it. I never get it right though. Like my chicken always ends up not looking
Undercooked?
anything. No, it's never undercooked. If anything, it almost always ends up overcooked, and then it never looks anything like when you get it at the restaurant.
Yeah, because the other thing I have issue with is like although I try to like plunge it in cold water immediately to like get that gelatin skin, it doesn't work. Like the skin is too thin or something. It's not like thick like a
Do
Hainanese
you like
rice.
exfoliate your chicken?
I did. I exfoliated. I was like, just like giving you smooth skin. But the thing is, it's like almost the skin itself is too thin. Like it's like very fragile, and then like I'm like, no, this just doesn't seem right. I think they have different kind of chicken or something, different species, thick skin chicken.
Maybe.
Oh,
I
you
don't
should
know.
ask George. Like his mom supposedly makes really good chicken rice.
Yeah, she
Oh,
does, but
really?
I don't.
So you should
No
you
way.
should you should ask. You can ask her for us.
Yeah. What's the secret, Auntie?
Yeah.
That's your homework for the next episode. George's mom's Hainan chicken rice secrets.
Okay, I'll ask her. Like she makes the rice really good, which like I can just eat on its own.
Yeah.
It's like rice
Yeah.
plus
I was happy with
ginger
my rice.
and butter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Butter.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I used the chicken fat that I rendered out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Hainanese chicken rice is not healthy. It's mostly fat.
Well, but it is
Yeah.
tasty though.
It is. And it also takes so long because you can't make the rice until you're done cooking the chicken because you need the stock to like cook the rice in. Or maybe there's an easier way, I don't know.
Oh.
But I'm like, it's a long process.
So there's this brand called Prima Deli, Prima Taste, right? It's like it's on Amazon. So they sell like meal packets kind of thing. Like they give you everything you need to make chicken rice. So all you need is chicken.
What
Like,
do
they
you
will give
need?
you like. Pardon?
What do you need that's in the packet?
They get so like especially for the rice, I guess like they have like all the oils and fats and the ginger everything. So you just put it in the rice cooker, add
Oh,
water,
I
and
see.
then like you're good to go.
Do they
I
give
mean,
you the
at that
chicken?
point,
No, it's just the
Best Singapore favorites ready cooked
Yeah.
meals.
Oh, by the way, the
Kit.
stream is not live on Twitch, is it?
No, it's on
on
Facebook.
It's only on Facebook. Oh,
Yeah.
whoops. Okay, got
Holy
it.
crap! Someone's selling it for $60 US on Amazon for 2 packets. I think you could probably get like chicken rice much cheaper if you went out and bought it.
I know, right? There's just not that many good. Well, there's almost no places here that serve good chicken rice. I can only think of like two acceptable places. What is our Facebook Live URL?
George's,
Facebook.com/GNG streaming.
GNG streaming. I was typing GG streaming.
Yeah. Because I'm already using Good News George as my normal Facebook page, so I couldn't use it for this. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what does the other G stand for?
It's Good News George.
Oh, I thought it's like GNG. Okay, anyway. I was like, why are you inventing a new brand for yourself?
George and George.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that day I found like a video of this couple, like the Malaysian guy and he married like an American, and they're living in the Bay Area too.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did a video where they went around looking for like the best nasi lemak in San Francisco.
Mm.
And I linked it to
How
my
did that
blog.
go?
I don't know. Like
I want to know.
It's in Pleasanton. Is that near you?
Well, that's far.
Oh, that's far.
No, that's like saying KL to Klang.
Oh.
Oh,
we go to Klang.
we go to
Yeah,
Klang too.
right?
I know, right? After a lot of begging from me, not like you're casually going to Klang.
That's the thing
But I
about
think you
like
guys go
all these
more
food
because of the,
videos. You don't know how it really tastes like. You just see the visuals of the food.
Oh, I thought it was more like admire myself.
Is Fremont also far for you?
Okay, so look, like none of these places are actually far, but it's like inconvenient.
Oh,
Like if I really want to go there, it's like 30-40 minutes.
oh, okay.
But it's across the bridge on the other side of the bay.
Hmm.
Oh, that's like Penang and Penang Island.
Yeah, something like that. So,
Like people from
and there's a lot
Penang,
of good
like-
food there. There's a lot of Asian people live there, but I don't live there.
Yeah.
So if this was Penang, which part of Penang would you be? The island or the mainland?
I would say I'm the mainland. Maybe that'll get a lot of hate. Yeah, I'm closer to San Francisco proper.
Oh, okay.
So although I've never been to Penang, so this is not a good description.
No, I mean neither is a good or bad thing. It's like, I
Mhm.
mean, now that you mentioned the bridge thing.
Mhm. Yeah. Anyway, motivation to go back to the gym is peer pressure, I think. So I was talking. This is very bad. My coach is like, "Why? When are you back?" I'm like, "Oh, I'll be back soon." But then one of my friends who goes was like, "Why aren't you here?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll show up." Yeah. So just like how George gets us to do these streams, it's you need someone to nag you. 'Cause that's the secret to doing the gym.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
should I nag you, Sing Yip? Have you been doing a ring fit?
Oh,
No.
Ring Fit. What? Not even Ring Fit?
I thought the idea of like gamifying your workouts would be motivating,
But then,
Mhm.
but it's still really tiring. After a while, like I find it really hard to concentrate on the game and just more like focus on like, oh shit, this is tiring.
Oh.
I
Well,
thought
that's
it'd
because
be
the
very-
Ring Fit game is not that fun. It's like okay, it's like
No,
barely a game.
fine. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, but I was kind of hoping for like oh shit, this game is so immersive, right? So that I just like keep focusing on the game, and then like after I'm done, I'm like, oh wow, that was a workout, right? But it's like the other way around. It's like, oh man, what a workout!
Yeah.
And then I can't play the game anymore.
Mhm. Well, when I've played it like one time with friends, I was like, oh, this is more like Wii Fit, where it's like I guess it's a game, but it's not like that fun.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you need friends who do it too. Then there's a leaderboard or something, right? You can compete against.
Maybe you should do more lifting and less cardio.
Yeah, this one my friend told me too. Just like, I think you're more suited to do like lifting.
Don't do the thing you don't like to do. Not to assume that you don't like cardio. I don't like cardio. That's why I'm
I don't
assuming
mind
you
actually.
like cardio.
Cardio is fine. Like, I don't mind like doing like boxing or like swimming. Is badminton considered cardio? I guess, right?
Depends on how you play. Yeah. If you're smashing, I guess it's a cardio.
Yeah, so I don't mind those forms of cardio.
But games, right? Like whereas in the gym, like running on a treadmill is very uninspiring for most people.
It is. Like I tried like so many things, like watching videos, listening to music, but like no, it's still like boring as hell.
Yeah. So you guys can do more lifting stuff. Bro sesh.
Yeah.
Go fight, I guess.
Yeah, or you could punch each other in the face. I don't know. That would be a good live stream.
Alvin asks if the audience can pose politically sensitive questions for the panelists.
That's very nice of you to ask, and the answer is no.
Why no? I said yes.
What?
Sing Yip said
Oh, you did? Well, it depends
no
on the
promise
question.
of answering.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
It
ask.
depends. I mean,
Yeah.
It depends. Like,
Can ask like.
it depends on which country we're talking about. If it's Malaysia, I actually don't feel comfortable because it's a lot more strict. The US is so messed up that it's probably okay.
I think he wants to ask you about the US because he said,
Oh, okay.
since we are in
Okay,
the
sure.
States.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, what could he
I
ask?
can't read.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You gotta read it out too.
Sure. Well, he hasn't asked yet. So, learning to draw. What's this Domestica course?
Oh, okay.
I tried to open the page, but it
Um,
tells me to log in with Facebook.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So it's like I keep getting these Instagram ads for Domestica. I don't know whether you guys get the same ones,
Hey, didn't we
but
talk about this last time?
Did we?
I don't think we actually got to it.
No, you mentioned it because like when I googled it, like the link was purple, which means like we did.
I might have
talk about
mentioned it off stream.
maybe because like I think you mentioned like it's like masterclass but for creative stuff, right?
Exactly. And it's really, really specific to a certain artist style. So if you look up Mauro Martins, Mauro, he has a certain like graphic style where he does a lot of doodles and kind of like puts
Oh,
them
right.
together
Okay.
in a different way. Yeah, so I thought, oh, this is really neat. I want to learn it. And well, I was all gung ho 2 weeks ago, but I have not logged in since. So this is really more of a topic about abandoning your master classes that you already paid for. Because in my mind, I can see it. I thought we can combine Singyip's calligraphy skills to make an evening drama logo. I already made a list of things I want to draw to be like surrounding the logo. That's a mashup of all our random topics. It will look so good. But anyway, it's all in my mind.
No, but like, is it like you see like his examples and then you think like, oh, I can draw like that too?
He's teaching
Yes,
a
because his
course.
example is actually quite simple.
Yeah.
So his thing is like he talks about different styles and he shows like, hey, this person's Instagram, for instance, he draws like super complex images. But on the other hand, there's this guy who draws like single line images and he still sells his art. So he's saying that you don't have to feel that you're actually good at drawing, you just have to know how to commercialize it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then he's talking about specifically his style, where like number one, you do research on the topic. Number two, you make a list of items related to the topic. You know, and he's breaking it down to like very simple parts. But I made the list of the topics. I haven't drawn them yet.
Okay. So you bought the course
Yeah.
already?
Yeah, I did.
Did you buy it
I'm a
on
sucker.
discount?
Yes, I found a discount code, but it's like, you know,
No, it's on discount
not
now
exactly.
for like $12.
It's always on discount.
Oh, right. Okay.
I've never seen it not on discount. It's there. It's like a dark pattern of the internet.
Oh, what up, Lewis? Welcome.
Oh wow.
So Alvin asks, what's your view on the whole Black Lives Matter movement? How has it affected you?
Oh gosh. I'm in support. I think like that's the only.
That's a given.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. It's not. A lot of people are not in support of it.
Okay.
I think it's because there's a misunderstanding of the term, or I don't know, maybe it's willful misunderstanding that only Black Lives Matter or something like that. So it's pretty tough. But a lot of like Asian people I know are like, you know, yellow. They have the drawing of the tiger with the Black Panther.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's kind of like yellow peril along supports Black Panthers or Black Lives Matter or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, it's also like tough, right? Because like we're all like non-white people, but we have very different life experiences, and we were not like enslaved, like a lot of Black and also Indigenous people, right? So now it's not just like Black people, but like they call it BIPOC, like Black and Indigenous people of color. Because the Native Americans were the original people who got screwed. Like,
Yeah.
And they continue to get screwed over. So, yeah. But I think the question is like, what, you know, is each individual person like doing about it, right? And then like, you know, Yuhang and I have a joke that we're trying to read there's this book called How to Be Anti-Racist. And Yuhang has been very good about reading it, whereas I have not. Like, and I cheated by reading a summary of the book.
Okay.
So it's sort of like hard because I feel like, okay, well, this doesn't sound very good, but I admit that I only read a summary of the book and not the actual book, right?
Yeah.
But it's like getting mixed up, like the idea that I am enjoying a book with content versus like the way it's written, which I find to be very wordy, you know? Whereas I just want to get to like, okay, what do you want me to do, right? Like that's the part I want to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So great question, Alvin, putting me on the spot. And what about albino tigers? That is true.
Yeah.
We are being.
He asked, how about albino tigers? How do you, I guess, do they affect your life?
The only, well, are the Siegfried and Roy tigers albino? Because I think they're white, but their eyes are not red. So I'm not sure if they're true albinos.
Not sure. Can Google it.
Yeah. And the original albino people discrimination, I feel, is from that Dan Brown book.
Really?
Where I feel
Da
like
Vinci
albino
Code?
people were maligned to be bad guys, which is also not good.
Oh shit. The tiger is white.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
didn't
when I
know
was
that.
in Singapore, like I had an albino friend,
Uh-huh.
and
Mm-hmm.
I was actually pretty good friends with him. And then I guess like that helped me not was it villainize like Dan Brown did.
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Like to me, it's just like
I
oh,
never
it's
like
photos
felt that way
different, right?
reading the Da Vinci Code. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
Yeah. No. I mean, he was just a
Well,
bad guy, I felt. Like the part where
who
that
happened
he
to
was
be
a
albino?
monk who was evil is like already like prominent. Like his skin color didn't matter, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was always like whipping himself and like creating a mess. So that part stood out to me.
Right.
Like nothing about
And I'm
him
not even
being
sure, is he a
albino.
bad guy or is he just a very devout person who's very into their mission?
Well, that
Yeah.
is like
He was a devout guy that was manipulated into doing bad
Mhm.
things.
Yeah. And Alvin's adding the question about looting and destruction. I think that's a very controversial topic, and I actually don't have an opinion about that right now because I mean, I follow people who are like, on both sides, and I can see that there is, like Trevor Noah says it best. He's sort of like, if you're saying that these, there are laws, but however, like I never had a say in these laws and they don't protect me, why should I follow them? That kind of thing. So and it's sort of like you want to make sure that your message is heard, and sometimes like if you do it in an orderly way, it can never happen. However, if you do it for the purpose of benefiting yourself and getting stuff from looting to sell, then that's not good, I think.
yeah.
And then like in terms of like monuments, I feel like authorized monuments like painting the road is fine. Like that's not like actually destroying the road. Like it's literally on the ground, so I think that's fine. I think like destroying the Confederate monuments, like to me, is also okay. I think like these things come and go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I was thinking, like if you were actually a descendant of that Confederate person, maybe you feel kind of sad and you have a right to be upset, I think. But like a lot of these people, we don't even know who, like maybe there are living relatives I'm not considering, but I feel like they are symbols in a sense, and they don't have a practical value. So like I'm sure there were monuments built many years ago that got destroyed.
Yeah. I mean, there was a bunch of like statues of prominent slave owners that were like pulled down. I think there was one in the UK. It was like thrown into the sea because.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, well, you get a mob, they can do anything, So they threw a statue into the sea or river, I don't know. But yeah, like what you said makes sense. They're just symbols, they're not useful at all. But like if you go about ruining traffic or ruining like transportation and all that kind of stuff, I feel that's not right.
Yeah, you know, to some extent, like you need to cause this civil disobedience, but not cause complete chaos and disrupt everyone, like random people's lives. I think that's a bit too much. So usually with these like protests, they're pre-announced, so and organized, and actually most of them are very peaceful, but they don't get reported. So the ones near me are organized with the police, and then they go march, and then they go home. But the thing is, it's so boring that it doesn't make the news. So I live in a very like boring protest neighborhood. So yeah. Anyway, so Alvin's saying more things that are a lot more controversial. So here's my memory of Alvin. Is that like for some reason he's like always on the edge of like what's acceptable and what's not.
You think so?
Yeah, because I remember like what was it? Yeah, I think that like because you guys used to film stuff too.
Oh,
so
you remember those videos?
I remember those clips where I'm like, the thing is, I personally find it super funny, but I can never admit that I find it funny.
Yeah,
I think
know.
Alvin would have made like a really great like actual like comedian who like has political messages.
Yeah, so Elvis got in a lot more.
And then he always backtracks to be like, "Oh, I'm so innocent. I'm so politically correct," but we all know that's not true. So
that's Alvin for you.
You
just got called out.
To be like politically correct in
All that.
public. Isn't that what it's about? I guess.
Guess so.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we try to. Actually, you know what? Lewis, our other viewer, the other day, we were talking about the Brady Bunch for some reason, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, you and your friends on the stream are like the Malaysia Brady Bunch." And I got someone insulted because I was like, "Oh man, we're so tame."
Yeah, we are.
Well, what's the song? We should do the song, right? And then we should all like come into frame, and then we look at each other like
We
this.
need 9 people.
We need to do our own recording.
Yeah.
We need like more people. We need like it doesn't work unless there's 9 people in the grid. I feel like kind of
I
like
guess I
Hollywood
could
Squares.
duplicate us, you know.
Yeah. But
No,
I
like,
was
so
I was
like
stuck
on
into
the live stream, George is like in the main window, right?
Because it's filming from
Yes.
my computer.
Yeah. So like
yeah.
we would have to look to our
Yeah. You're
our
right.
left or right.
You're
our
right. dude.
right.
Yeah.
And then George would have to look to his left, right?
No, I look to my right.
Is this for a
I
thumbnail?
don't know.
And then yeah.
I mean, we could film something, a pre-recorded intro, and then just play it before every stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Lewis supports our
Yeah.
Brady Bunch transformation. No, but I was reading like true facts about Brady Bunch, and it's like, I mean, like none of them is actually that scandalous in retrospect, because people used to say, oh, they used to sleep with each other or something like that. But I'm like, okay, if you work with someone for a very long time, you end up dating, you know, maybe that makes sense. But it just like cracked me up how people try to make it seem very controversial.
Hmm.
So that it's more edgy, you know, because Brady Bunch is too wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Alvin's revisiting his past by reading his old articles. Are there old evening drama articles still online?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still on
eveningdrama.blogspot.com.
eveningdrama.blogspot.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea it was still up.
And I'm looking through it now.
Okay. It's okay, Alvin. I was actually looking through some journals I kept during GIS, and I'm really too ashamed to share it. However, maybe this can be our stream.
Hello.
I was thinking about
Alvin's
how to
on.
increase our view. If we get more than 10 viewers, I will read a paragraph of my GIS diaries.
Evening drama 10 years on with less hair and larger
Let's hear it
waistlines.
on the wavelengths.
Oh wow!
I thought it was supposed to be like age
I read an
well
article
and
that said
wiser
stereotyping
or
is
something.
good.
Stereotyping is
So-
good.
Yeah.
Oh boy. The articles did not age well.
I mean, what, we were 16, 17?
Well, it's the time we incepted the blog was 2004,
Wow.
Mhm.
so that's like 16 years.
I don't
ago
think I
of
ever
life.
wrote anything on here, so I feel very safe.
We were like 18.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay, fine. My article
This
wasn't
is,
so.
this is actually gold. We need to talk about this.
So my article wasn't very controversial. There's like no,
Oh.
there's no like racist things.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty harmless. This is pretty Brady Bunchy too, so it's okay.
It's true. It's very tame now.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
compared to the kind
Oh,
of
there's a photo of
humor.
me.
Yeah,
I
there
had
is.
no idea this existed.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever posted because I was lame. Sorry, guys.
I'm sure you would have.
Oh, James was part of our blog.
I don't
yeah.
think I did.
That's why we can talk about
I
him.
was too... Oh, okay.
Xian Yang, Fabian, TJ, Alvin,
Mhm.
Chun Leong, Fahan, me, you, Xenos.
You know, like Farhan's still very active. Farhan's super active on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Oh, he is? I
Yeah,
haven't checked my
actually,
LinkedIn
I
account
like
for
his
like
posts.
years.
Oh, he his latest one is like, why should you make a headline when you can make a statement? Pen emoji.
That's the thing
Yeah,
with
so,
I think
so
like
I enjoy his posts.
social media, like for EGG, a lot of them, like the authors of the posts on the Facebook page, they use emojis, and like
Mhm.
I haven't figured out how to use emojis properly in like a post yet, so all my posts are like just plain
Oh.
text. As in, I know how to put in emojis. As in, I never know what emojis to use. Yeah.
Like now or back then?
No, like now, because I'm so out
Oh.
of touch. As in, like I don't use emojis. You know.
Oh. Well, you're not missing out on much.
I mean, I use them to like respond to texts, but yeah,
Yeah. And they make good bullet points
that is true.
sometimes. Yeah. And then like in an email, if you put it in the subject line, it stands out.
Ah.
Yeah. Alvin comments that he doesn't keep in contact with half the people anymore.
Half. You write fine with
Well, I mean, is it exactly half though?
Let's see though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. So Kristen, Fabian, Alvin, Farhan, George, Singyap. Yeah, I guess about half. I don't talk to Chun Leong, TJ, Xian Yang, or James anymore.
Should we add them? Is this how we use we add them on Facebook and be like, we talked about you?
No, I think we have them on Facebook. Just I
Hello,
don't think they're
Alvin.
very active anymore though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that Ian's not on here, even though you guys were quite close friends. I never noticed that before.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friendship RIP.
Well, I attended his wedding. That was a couple
Oh, you
years
did?
back.
Oh,
Yeah. No,
I
well, that's
can
about it.
revive.
Like, I only see him at other people's weddings. If not, I
Oh,
don't
okay.
see him at all. Yeah.
I see.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what happened to all these other people? We can do an investigation. It's like Serial, except a lot more boring.
I mean, you
Like
add background
songs on
music to
Facebook.
anything, and it'll sound good.
Yeah, we need Serial level, like clink 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 piano music. Yes, and then yes, I'm sure people changed since 16 years ago, but I feel like fundamentally some part of me is exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't completely change.
Alvin wrote Dummy's Guide to the Art of French Kissing.
Which is very ahead of its time.
That is true.
Think about.
Step 7 is now lick across his or her lips seductively like you want it bad. And he ends it
I mean-
at step 14 and then F like rabbits.
Oh, okay. Well, that seems to go beyond the scope of the original title. But
Well, he was the expert.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, one of the other spectators who's not commenting is my secret Facebook account
Mhm.
that I'm logged into. But I think I need to give up and actually remake a proper Facebook account because this is getting annoying.
Why?
Yeah. Because if I do want to advertise this stream to my friends, I actually do need to have a proper Facebook account with actual friends on it.
Oh, right.
The one I'm logged into.
No,
right
but
now
I think
has
you
no-
don't have to tune in. You don't have to log in to watch the stream, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but how are you gonna know about it? No one's stumbling onto this like stream.
Oh, I mean,
least
if
I
you're
know.
sharing through text or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and that is a great question. Oh, Edmund is asking for the cringy blog, so we should definitely share that and make Alvin even more cringe.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff here is like definitely
Yeah.
not
It's
PC.
evening
Yeah, I
drama,
pasted
one
it in
word,
chat.
blogspot.com.
hope
I
none
don't
of
have a
us are
Facebook
like-
account.
I hope none of us like famous one day, and then shit
Mhm.
bites us in the ass.
Yeah.
Nah.
Or we're in the world where like look at all the famous people who say all sorts of stuff in their stream though. Like we're in a post censoring world, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Like when as long as we're being reasonable.
No, but like people still get like nailed for stuff they said years ago.
Yeah. Which
Like-
I feel
like,
they
uh,
shouldn't.
the director for Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn.
They rehired him, right? Didn't they?
I know, but I
and
mean,
then
like there was a whole
eventually
drama
he-
about him
Yeah.
getting
Right.
fired.
But they
Sure.
gave him the show back.
Yeah.
They gave him the movie back
Mm-hmm.
because it was unreasonable.
Yeah.
And
no,
a lot
I,
of them
I
were
mean like the
just-
fact that like he's still trying to
Yeah.
trouble in the first place,
Yeah.
right?
It's like
exactly.
The latest Jim Jeffries show, he was saying, like back then when he was making like jokes, like the bar was here, the line was here, and then now
Yeah.
in today's world they moved the bar back, but the jokes are still
Right.
here. You can't like give him shit for what he
Exactly.
did.
So I think
Yeah.
it gives me a lot of empathy because I used to be a lot more like, oh, so and so said this and it's super wrong. But now that I'm trying to do a stream with you guys, I'm like, oh gosh, it's really hard as a comedian, especially to always say the right thing because your joke is based on saying the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's supposed to be taken as like it is satire to some extent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's this show I really love called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Mhm.
where they had blackface in some of the episodes, but
Yeah.
it's to make fun of people who think blackface is okay, but yeah,
Yeah.
it still got pulled.
Uh-huh.
So, and this is a controversial opinion already.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me to say that. And Alvin asked that we watch Joe Rogan, and I would say, sadly, we are very inspired by Joe Rogan, and that's how we do the stream. But
We're
I'm
just
kind of
missing
ashamed
a
to
cool
admit it.
studio.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like, he's the king of this kind of long form,
Yeah, it's
talking
crazy, right?
podcasts, I feel.
Is he the biggest
Yeah.
podcast?
But he also like generates so much content, and he films like multiple episodes in a day. Each one is like 3 hours, 4 hours. It's quite a tenacity to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was talking to Chao King today, and then he was saying like how some of these YouTubers can like come up with so many topics in a single week. I was talking about some of these audio reviews, and then he was like, how do these people even like come up with like 3 videos a week and like something that's roughly the same topic?
They have teams of
Yeah, so-
writers.
I mean, I don't know who he's watching lah, but
Yeah, I mean,
it is interesting
okay.
because it's not like the news where it changes every day, right? Like
Yeah.
if you do like product reviews, it's like quite static. If there's nothing to review, then you don't really have anything to say.
Yeah. Alan
According
thinks
to
we need to invite a variety of guests, which is why we're
this
inviting
US.
people like you to come on the show.
yeah,
We're trying to
you should totally join us.
inspire our viewers. Because now we're in a time where social media is not about consumption, it's about creation, and you have to be part of it. I think that would scare him away.
Most downloaded podcast of all time: Serial, This American Life, Doctor Death, Radio Lab, The Daily. Yeah, that's the one I
I
was
don't know what
talking
Dr.
about.
Death is about.
The Daily. Stuff you
Oh, the
should
daily.
know.
You said today.
Yeah, I said The Daily.
No, you said today. It's on stream.
Are you sure? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I said it wrongly. S-Town. S-Town is good. Planet Money,
Yeah.
TED Talks Daily. I haven't heard that. Pod Save America. Yeah.
Well, and our viewer wants us to monetize. Well, that's why we're looking for our Essential Coffee monetization model. Still looking for someone who knows the family of superfoods in Singapore. Which I still think we're actually only one connection away.
We can get like Morny Machinery to sponsor us too.
That's right. In fact, I can do it now.
Get what to sponsor?
Alvin's company
Alvin's
called
company.
Morny's Machinery.
Oh, no way. Yes. Okay,
He makes
please.
he like makes baking machines for like bakeries.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. Yes, so we can start talking more about baking and other related topics since we have our chef Singit, who's been baking a lot.
Have you been baking? Sing it?
Yeah. Yeah, you made the cheesecake.
That was a really long time ago.
Have you ever tried making those like pandan angel cakes or chiffon cake from a packet?
Oh. No, I haven't actually. That's a pretty good idea. But
Yeah,
then, like, I don't know. Like, I
really
need to like
tasty.
start buying like all these various
You just
baking
need-
pins and trays, and then
Well,
mom always
maybe
gives me-
Alvin's machines can. You could start
There we
chiffon
go.
cake factory. No, but you just need the aluminum like one with the hole in the middle.
yeah, I mean like my
'Cause
mom
he needs to
gives me much
climb.
grief when I buy new kitchen utensils and stuff.
Oh.
So unless
You
I
mean
can
you're not like
justify,
me where you just accumulate?
I'm gonna use this every day, you know. Then
Yeah. Mhm.
We're now sponsored by
Hi,
Mooney.
Janice. Yes.
So
Yeah,
if you
Janice
guys
is watching.
want baking supplies, make sure you head to mooniesmachinery.com and use the
And
promo
you
code Evening Drama.
you can pair your favorite baked goods with essential coffee.
That's right.
Yes.
Oh, Janice, maybe
that the
JD
actual
can
website?
sponsor us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
And then after
this
you're
is
done
okay. This is like
eating-
sadly giving me like cringe memories of being a prefect and like begging people to sponsor all these like proms and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Was it hard though?
well, luckily I never was the one actually doing that part. I was more like begging people to buy the stupid raffle tickets. So I apologies in advance for all the years I have hounded other people to buy the tickets. Most of it is George, who was too nice and actually bought them. But like, that was quite a scam.
Even back then,
Anyway.
I always felt like I would never win anything, so I don't think I bought any.
Yeah. Well, we have to thank Alvin for watching by really mentioning his website. It is murni.com.my, murni.com.my, not Mooney.
Murney.
Yeah.
Murney.
Yeah.
What's the correct way to say it?
Murney.
Murney.
Yeah. But anyway, so oh wow, you got a display on the screen.
Yeah.
So the reason why the prefect raffle thing was a scam was because like we were the ones who built the gift baskets, and we always made sure to hide like the really like stupid stuff in the middle so you could never see it, and to make it really tall so that it looks really grand on the outside, but actually it's all like really crappy stuff on the inside, which I always thought was somewhat deceptive practice. So
Well, I guess, yeah, they had to make money, right?
Well, here's the thing. The other messed up part was I feel like the school tuition fee was so high that it didn't really make sense that we were forced to raise money.
That is true as
Scam
well.
even more money.
I think it was like
from parents.
it was a teachable moment, right?
I
How
guess
to
yes.
be
In that like
self-sufficient.
right, and fundraising is sadly something that I still do for a job, so it was very educational.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, you have to learn the struggles of real life. That's what school is all
Yeah.
about.
I guess so, and like asking your friends for favors, which we're trying to do right now. So it is indeed a skill that carries on.
Alvin says it's pronounced Mooney. Yeah,
It is pronounced Mooney.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mooney.
I was saying it in such an American way. Murney. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, I think we're running over time and have to go to work.
Oh yeah, you do.
All right.
So
We've
yeah.
hit the hour mark. I guess we can close with any questions from the crowd, from the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we end this show.
Well, yeah, and we're also we have an ongoing collaborative cheat sheet where we're keeping track of topics. So if you want to hear any particular topic, or if you want us to talk about someone from school, also like name suggestions and do some live stalking.
That would be funny.
I think this is fundamentally a novel idea. I don't think other people have done this like pseudo alumni podcast stream where we name check everybody we know.
I mean, I think if someone like
semi
who,
doxing people already.
not really. I mean, we're not giving out addresses, but like if there was an alumni of like people from, I don't know, Harvard or something, some bigger schools, it would probably be more interesting because everyone would be super successful.
But this is like more about nostalgia.
Yeah. Research ED writers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I think that's
Well,
fair
I mean,
game.
you know what the three of us have been up to. So.
Yeah. Okay. Sigev has been writing for a tech blog, ubergizmo.com. I have been writing for egg.network, esports site.
You went to sponsor.
And Kristen, what do you do in your current job, if you want to share? Or
I
what do you
work in the biotech industry.
do? Okay, biotech.
You can just find me on LinkedIn if you really want to know. Come on.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is the audience. They don't even know who to look for.
Oh. That's true.
Yeah.
Why did Alvin say that's a stereotype?
Not sure. What are you referring to, Alvin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a stereotype of me to be a biotech person in the Bay Area? I agree, it is a stereotype.
Is it?
The other stereotype was like software engineering.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've heard software engineering, but not biotech.
Yeah. No, biotech is also a stereotype.
Okay.
Well,
So
because
Alvin
you know,
didn't
we're all
say, "Oh
companies.
wow," to the rest of us except for you.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That's sexism.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's impressed you're doing something important.
Yeah.
girls can't do
No,
anything
I'm not
important?
working on a.
Is that what you're saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, we don't have vaccines in the pipeline, so I'm not working on a COVID vaccine. I mean, trust me, I do wish. I'm working for a company that is doing that because those are doing very well. But my company's pretty good too.
Oh, okay. He was
Yeah.
talking about me saying that all Harvard alumni are successful. Fair enough.
Oh.
Yeah. That's just
I
an
don't know.
assumption I made,
Mm-hmm.
but it's probably true.
We should investigate. Are all GIS alumni successful?
GIS.
And I would say yes, because we need to define our own version of success.
That is true.
Yeah. Anyway, so it turns out Alvin's just trying to get some stock tips, which I cannot provide him any useful ones. Anyway.
All right. I guess we can end the show tonight. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you again same time next week.
Bye.
Bye, world.
Goodbye, world.